right, hey everybody. Good afternoon. I hope everyone's having a wonderful, wonderful day. As you can see here behind me, let me show y'all right up there. See that, how that has snapped off? Okay, this is on the Bratcher track. This is not part of the storm damage I was telling y'all about on the last video. This was some storm damage that happened, I believe back in the summer last year. Or it might have, no, it was the fall. Okay, it's the fall. So this tree right here, it's been down a little while. But what we're gonna do, and there's a few more around the track in here that's blown down. And what we wanna do is salvage those trees first. We wanna get them out, get them out of the way, salvage the logs that we can salvage out of them, and then we'll move back into cutting fresh timber. We do, however, have some storm damage from the other day, the one I told y'all about, and we're gonna have to deal with that. So storm blown timber, blown down timber is not quite as easy to handle as fresh cut timber that you cut, because you know it just kind of goes every which way. And of course y'all can see that stump right there, how it's right there. See how it's shredded off? That's kind of aggravating. I'll probably just cut it off at the ground, make it look better, and then that'll be, you know, it'll go with the tops. But anyway, I thought I would video for y'all just a little bit here if I can, and just kind of go through the motions and show you what I'm doing. You know, there's, like I always tell y'all, there's a whole lot more to mule and horse logging than just driving a pair of mules or a pair of horses. You got timber to cut, you know, shoes that have to be replaced. Some guys tend to farm that out. You know, they'll have farriers, or you know, some guys even have the Amish do it. Whatever, you know, I mean, everybody's got their own way that they make their operation work. But there's more to it than just driving a pair of mules, and that's what I'm getting at. And I want to show you the whole deal. So again, I'll break this up into chapters where you can kind of skip around and see different things. So any of you that wants to, you know, kind of skip around a little, that's cool too. But anyway, we'll jump right into this thing. All right, now y'all, this little red oak right here on the property line, about where I've got y'all situated, is the line. So it comes from our people's timber. So what we'll do is we'll cut it, and then once we get it cut, we'll drag the tops back out over here on their side to get it off the neighbors, and try to take care of our neighbors. So we're gonna jump right into this thing. It don't look like it's quite as bad as the last one. This one's definitely blown down. The other one was snapped off, so it's a little different scenario. But this is just kind of what we got to deal with. We'll take it a little bit at a time. Now y'all, before we get too far gone, y'all timber cutters out there, this is old stuff for y'all. You know better. But just to give some of you that might not be timber cutters some information, by the way, this ain't a video on how to cut timber. This is just me cutting timber and just kind of talking as I go. When their stumps is blowed over like that, and it's, you know, it's pulled all that dirt up, most every time when you saw it off at the base down there, it's going to want to flop back down. Most of the time. And that's why I bored in and cut the bottom out first. That's the compression side. You know, when it was setting up like this, you know, it was wanting to go backwards. The stump was, which was putting pressure on the bottom. That's why I cut it off first, pull it out and come around and cut the top, because that was the tension side. And you always cut the compression first, tension last, to keep from pinching your saw and having trouble. So that's why I did it like that. But y'all, that's dangerous, cutting blown down timber like that, because that stump always wants to go back down most of the time, and Lord, it can throw you all over the place. That's why at the end, y'all heard me going ying, 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 ying. I was watching that saw kerf open up and just cutting a little bit at the time and getting ready to get out of the way, if that makes any sense. All right, so let's find our first tie log and cut it out. This whole tree's gonna be tied. It ain't grading out all that great, just red oak. It's been blown down a little while. So we're gonna go ahead and just buck ties out of it and be done with it. All right, I want to show y'all kind of how I make my decisions on topping a tree. I mean, as y'all can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tie logs out of this tree, which is pretty good. Pretty good. And then right up here, I mean, sometimes you can saw pallet wood out of these tops, but look how it makes us, you know, it's got a fork here, a fork going that way, and then right under there's another limb going that way. So it kind of does this, if you will, kind of like that. And when you got that kind of situation, y'all, you can't make a log out of that. You know, this here is dirty enough. Look at that knot. That's probably gonna go all the way to the center. And I may just leave it in the woods. But it's part of it. I mean, you know, we do the best we can to salvage it. Now, I just wanted to show y'all right down through there, those orange flags are the property line. Let me zoom in there where y'all can see. See them down through there? And, you know, I guess Mr. Bratcher and his neighbors got kind of an agreement that they run their four-wheelers right through here, and then it goes right up there and goes around the corner, and that's where we was at just a minute ago, sawing up that blown down tree. But I want to take y'all right in here. I cut me a road in here with chainsaw. It comes right off the main road right here. And let me back up here where y'all can see. It comes right off the main road right down through there. Now see, there's very little disturbance. Remember in the last video I talked about the roads being tore up so bad because we pushed the road in with the skid steer? Well, this time I didn't do that. This time I just come in here and cut these saplings, and y'all can see where I kind of took the grapple rake and pushed them back. All I did was cut them off, y'all, at the ground, and then pushed them back. And right in here is where we've been cutting that timber, where we started at in the middle of the track. And I'll try to put the map up on the screen so y'all can see kind of where we're at here. Right over in there, we cut a few trees. Of course, right here and right up there on the hill, I took skid steer and kind of pushed everything back. But anyway, y'all, this is where we're going to start, right here in this middle section that's on the map there. And now that I've got this little old road cut in here with a chainsaw, it'll help us work, for one, because it's a little bit on a hill over here. It kind of, if it makes sense, where I'm standing, down there behind me, it kind of drops off down in the bottom. And then it comes up a hill to the fence line over on the other side. There's a draw kind of down in the middle of the track. And we're starting right here in this middle section, going all the way across, back and forth. We'll just be going back and forth across it, cutting timber. And we're going to be taking it that way, back out to the main deck. Which actually, let me turn around here where y'all can see. Right there's a road that I just cut in. We can get right in here with the log wagon, which would be awesome because we can get right in here close to the timber. We can cross haul the logs right on the log wagon. We can go right out there, hang a left, be right on the main road, and go all the way back to the main deck and not have all them mud holes to contend with. So that is a big deal. That's something that I've had to deal with, and kind of a learning curve. You know, we don't want to tear up the man's timber, and we don't want to tear his land up either, creating ruts and all that mess. Even though we're not using a piece of equipment with drive wheels on it, which would make it worse, the wagon still causes ruts. You know, what we have got tore up, we'll fix it when it dries out, make it look good again. But doing it this way, just cutting this road in here like this, will make things so much easier on me and the mules. They can stand up better. We'll be able to haul a full load out of here. And I mean, it'll be so much easier on everybody. Anyway, I'm glad. I thank y'all for allowing me your time in your life, in your home. Thank y'all so much for allowing us to be there with you and watching our videos. Even though some of this stuff might not be as interesting as other stuff to you, but I want to explain things as I go along on this job, so that way it makes more sense. And those of you that are interested in horse and mule logging, it might help you make decisions on how you cut your timber, you know, on your jobs. And if you can learn from my mistakes and make it easier on you, then it's a win-win situation. Look here, y'all. Thank y'all again. I'm going to put my email on the screen here. Anytime y'all ever need me, holler at me. All you got to do is shoot me an email. I check it every day. So y'all, if y'all need me, email me. We'll chit-chat. If I have to, you can give me your phone number. I'll give you mine, and we'll talk and do whatever. I'm here to help any way I can. Till then, y'all, I'll be praying for you. Thank y'all again for watching, and I'll see you next time.